Hi, Jody here from Healing Journey Services. Today I'm going to talk a little bit about two simple breath techniques to calm anxiety. So before I dive in, just a reminder that I have a pretty awesome membership program called Gut Instinct. It's full of incredible women that are supported in journeying to health. I also offer lab testing through the program as well as ongoing coaching. So if you're interested in that, please feel free to message me. Otherwise, stay tuned as we talk about the importance with breath and calming the body. So I know that sometimes thinking about breath it's kind of talked about a lot, just deep breathe, just calm down. And I'll be honest, I was pretty resistant to breath work myself. I kind of thought, nah, it's not going to do anything for me. I'm too anxious to really for it to do much, for it to affect me. And it's too hard to implement, even though it's not hard at all. I kind of thought I'll never remember in the moment. So I was pretty resistant to breath for a really, really long time. And it wasn't actually until I became a yoga instructor and I started to have to do breath during my teacher training and more intensely in my own practice that I really started to connect the power of breath to calm my body. There were times when I would actually go into a yoga practice very, very, very anxious. My whole body would be full of anxiety. And I would come out of the yoga practice in a completely different space. And a lot of that, to be quite honest with you, was the breath work that I practiced during the yoga. So there's two techniques that I'm going to show you today. So one technique is called Ujjayi breath. So this is one of my favorite techniques. And basically, if you want to do it, you just inhale through your nose and exhale through your mouth, kind of like you're fogging up a mirror. So it's creating this sound. So that is the first way to start this breath. Inhaling through your nose and exhaling out your mouth like you're fogging up a mirror. And basically, you can notice when you're doing the exhale, you're really pushing the air out from the base of your neck, that sound. And so what's happening, what the theories are, that's what's happening, is when you're pushing from here, you're actually activating what's called your vagal nerve, which is running from the top of your head all the way to your base of your spine. And that nerve is calming your nervous system right down. So if you're going to do a full Ujjayi breath, you're going to breathe in and out by pulling in from here and pushing out from here. So it kind of feels like you're not getting enough air, but trust me, you are. And when you do this continually, you're sending continuous signals to the body that it's safe and that the nervous system can calm down. And you'd be surprised, even 5 minutes of doing this breath, the major difference that it's going to have. The other thing is it sounds like a bit like an ocean-like sound. And so it's actually going to be reinforcing that calmness because of the way that it sounds. Okay, so the other breath, and I always massacre the name of this breath, but the other breath is called Nadi Shodhana. Okay, so or alternate nostril breathing. And what's interesting is that a study of 90 people who did this breath, they found a reduction in blood pressure and improved mental focus. So it's definitely one that you're gonna want to do if you have anxiety issues. So basically, you're gonna take the thumb, push it on the nostril, and inhale. You're gonna take your index finger and put it on your other nostril and exhale. Inhale through this same nostril. Switch your grip and exhale. Inhale through this nostril. Switch your grip and exhale. So this breath is really calming and soothing to your nervous system. And because you're only breathing through one nostril, you're actually having to lengthen your breath practice. So you're having to lengthen your breath, and by lengthening your breath, you're also simultaneously calming your nervous system, because there's a big link between your breath and your nervous system. And that's really obvious, right? If you breathe, you can start to feel your nervous system panicking because you're telling your body that it's not safe. In the same vein, if you're breathing very slowly you are starting to calm your nervous system down. So I would love to hear from you on how, if you have a breath practice, what it's like for you. And if you don't, if you're trying this out, how you are finding it. And don't worry if it takes you a little while to get used to. It took me a little while to actually start to get used to the Ujjayi breath. And so if you just want to practice it like this, for the first little while until you're ready to dive a bit deeper, that's fine too. If you have any questions or comments about this, please let me know below.